Okay, continuing with our bear, we're going to continue to remove some of the wood. By the way, this bear is, I forgot to tell you, it is 1 1/4 inches thick, is what it is. And it's going to stand about a little over 3 inches high. Let me make sure of that. About 3 3/4 inches high is what this little bear is. So you can kind of get your measurements from that. In other words, when I give you the pattern. Okay, now let's go to our ears here. Let's just sort of draw a line down the middle of our ears here. In fact, my ears are really a little bit too tall, but that's all right. We'll just knock them down a little bit. There you go. See that? All we're doing is we're just sort of dividing the ears a little bit. Kind of give us our bearings of where things are. Of course, the ears are going to sort of go forward a little bit. Of course, they're going to be divided a little bit more. Well, you don't want to cut too much off because it's we're going to start thinning the bear out a little bit. Okay, now on these little bears, you want to come to right just underneath the lip here, and you just want to run a little, sort of separate the head here, just like this. And this kind of stands out a little bit when you begin to carve it. So we're going to start thinning this bear up a little bit. Come like that. I'll take a little wood off of him, just like that. Same thing here. Same thing. Just like that, in other words. Okay, we're going to thin him up a little bit. It's way too thick. Of course, you always start out with a thick piece. Always do. Then you thin him up. All right? Okay, let's thin this head up. All we're doing is just kind of thinning him up a little bit. Now bears are not real thin, but you don't want them too bulky. You got to get the edges sort of round off. See how we're starting to look here a little bit? Especially in this area here. Around the mouth. That's why you don't want to cut a whole lot off this part of the ears at first, in other words, so you can kind of thin up that head a little bit. See, this is just a basically simple form that we're that we're doing here with a little bear. The Russians are just wonderful for folk toys. Their little folk toys and stuff are just absolutely wonderful, wonderful toys that they make. Especially the little wooden toys that go back and forth and kind of come in between the ears here. Well, be careful around here. Just with your knife, sort of make these ears kind of, what I do kind of a scoop like this, in other words, on the little ears in the back. And come forward with them. Now you do it, you do it whichever way you feel is best for you. We're kind of bringing the nose here and the mouth to sort of a point. See, sort of like that, in other words. Now, let's of course take our feet. Go ahead and get those started. Come in the middle. Always start from the middle, because you never know how much you may have to remove from the sides of the bear or whatever.